beer. It's the first Trenny and C of the year.
Of 2017, to put a date on it.
And what a year we already have lined up.
Yeah, what a year we've had in 2016.
The first year of Trenny and C.
First year of Trenny and C. Some people say the worst year in the history of the world was 2016.
Well,
for us, I think it was fantastic.
It was a great year for us.
I loved it.
Looking forward to 17
Yeah.
and all the whiskey we already have lined up.
That's right.
Good year.
We have so much good whiskey to taste. So,
starting with today.
Why not start with a bang, as they say?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm going to pull it out right away. We got something very special. This is the old Malt Cask Laphroaig, 1994, 50% alcohol, non-chill filtered, natural color. It's got everything.
So stick around, and we're going to tell you a little bit more about this bottle. We've got another segment tonight. Tonight's segment is viewer comments. So that's right. Some of you are... our favorite viewer comments are going to be shown. Might be you. Don't forget to leave comments because you might be featured in an upcoming video. But anyway, we'll see you in a second after this wicked sweet song.
Trenny and C, drinking whiskey, describing all the flavors for you and me. Irish, Scotch, bourbon and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.
Okay, and we're back. Do you want to pour or should I pour?
I'll pour.
Okay.
Can I pour?
You pour. And why don't you tell them a little bit about the cork situation?
Okay, so this cork actually right now is actually a wild turkey cork because when we did our unboxing of this whiskey a couple months ago, the cork broke right off in our hands and there was floaties everywhere.
It was a mess.
And actually we couldn't get into the bottle without using like a screwdriver.
We tried to do a corkscrew and then the chunk inside disintegrated. Complete shit show. Anyway, we're in a better place now. We got a wild turkey cork in there. It fits perfectly.
A lot of whiskey.
That's alright.
We gotta use this one sparingly, I think.
So anyway, a little bit about the bottle here.
Yeah.
It's Old Malt Cask, which is kind of like a product of the Douglas Lang and Company that they do, where they take these other distilleries and they kind of finish them off. They buy a barrel. They're limited run. This bottle, for example, is one of only 390 like it.
Oh,
meaning the reason that it's limited to 390 is because it's a single cask. So they have used just one cask. There will be no other cask just like it.
That's right. Just I know I've said it already, but this one, if you were to go into the liquor store or where you buy your bottles and you have a checklist, I can guarantee you this checks off every box on the list.
Easily every box.
Can I read a couple things?
Tell us.
Unchill filtered. Natural color.
Perfect.
Distilled in 1994, bottled in 2007.
Age statement.
Age statement, 12 years old. One of 390 bottles. Limited edition. What else?
50% alcohol.
50% alcohol.
It's higher strength.
Cask. It's just a straight from the cask. Amazing.
It checks every single box that you would want on a Scotch that you were buying.
Yeah.
We did pay $130 for it.
Yeah.
So, it's a bit pricey, but there's a lot of bottles out there for $100+ that are no age statement, or they're 40% or 43%, or...
One that we did recently was, it honestly didn't, it checked a lot of boxes, but it didn't stand up.
Yeah.
You know?
It's got to have the flavor. In the end, it's got to have the flavor.
Yeah.
So, let's switch gears here.
Okay.
This is an amazing bottle.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
We'll get to that in a second. Yeah. But we have a little thing called viewer comments. Cue the song.
Viewer comments. Viewer comments. Viewer comments. Viewer comments. Yeah.
Viewer comments.
All right. We have 3 different ones we're going to read out today.
Always.
What's our first one?
Pink cue cards today.
Oh, good.
Comment number 1. In reference to How to Make a Manhattan, one of our cocktail videos,
right?
Sowleg writes, "It sure looks good, but cocktails are really crushing the macho whiskey image. Winky face."
I think the winky face just takes away from any kind of macho image that there is anyways, and look at us.
There's nothing macho happening here.
Yeah.
So if we have given that illusion, well, just ask.
Good for us.
Yeah. Good for us. Just ask my wife.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Good call, Sowleg. Winky face right back at you. Comment number 2. In reference to Christmas morning unboxing.
Great day.
Oh, it was a lovely day. Triplecap writes, Merry Whiskmas to you. P.S. I just watched Horst spend over 20 minutes on how to uncork a whiskey bottle. I know. Why did I do it? He never once gnawed at it. He has a lot to learn.
Yeah, because sometimes when we take these caps off, it's just... You gotta get it out.
You know, if my family forgets a corkscrew for a wine bottle, typically they get out the electric drill,
right.
You screw a screw into it, and then you get a claw hammer out and you just pull it out like that.
You gotta get into the whiskey
You
somehow.
gotta get into the alcohol.
Yeah.
You need it. So yeah, Horst, whoever you are, Horst, just get at it.
Just get at it. I'm sure there's...
Trenny and C style.
I'm sure there's multiple ways to twist the cork, but you gotta just get it.
Well, there's left or right.
Yeah, there's left or right.
Anyway, comment number 3. In reference to Virginia Black review, this has had, Virginia Black's had thumbs ups and some thumbs downs.
Yeah.
Jerry Miller writes, it's not overall terrible. I think C should get together with their marketing department, because that is pure advertising gold.
That would be a good slogan, I think, for Virginia Black.
It's not Virginia Black. It's not overall terrible.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks to all of you people that are commenting on our videos. If you want to see your comment on a future video, then leave a comment, and if it's any good, then we'll use it in the future. So
absolutely,
that's all we have to say about that.
Okay, shall we? So we get into this guy. So this guy again.
Laphroaig.
I know you people are drooling out there, waiting for us to taste this because chances are you're not ever going to taste this one. So we got to kind of
unless you've got one of the
our feelings for
unless you've got one of the other 389 bottles.
Yeah, which that price, it just jacked up in value.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into it. So we do color, nose, taste, finish, and viscosity here at Trenny and C.
Sure do.
Yeah. So shall we get right to the color?
I called it a brilliant light gold,
right,
champagne white wine.
Yeah, it's very much like a what do you call it? Like a Riesling or something like that, like a white wine.
Give you a little view of the color there.
One thing this bottle also has, and it says on the label, it's natural color. So all thumbs up there. This is like almost a 100% natural product.
And I should mention, while I was looking at the color, I saw the chunks, and I think that there's maybe some cork in there. But there's also non-chill filtration, which means you have a few floaties in there too. So.
Do you know what? And this whiskey is a perfect example of one where you can't judge it by a color, because the nose and the taste are potent and powerful and delicious.
And you would think that it,
because it's so light, it's like, maybe it's a little bit watery. Anyway.
Well, let's nose it.
All right.
Smoked fruit.
Yeah, there is a fruit smell in there.
Smoky fruit.
It's for me, this one has like a real caramel, real sweet. There is obviously the Laphroaig style where there's the peat and the smoke and stuff like that, but it's compared to something like the quarter cask, that's a little bit more dense smoke. Yeah. Where this is like sweeter.
That's a heavy smoke.
Yeah, and this is like sweet and caramel and salt breeze and things like that.
Well said. As you were saying caramel, I was like, yes, bang on.
It's very buttery. You can tell that it's like an oily. You can just on the smell, you can tell it's oily on the palate.
Peaty and tarry.
We've each done one at some point.
What a night. Peaty and tarry. Some light mineral smell.
Yeah, for sure. There is this zesty kind of citrus fruit going on in there too, but it's not really potent or overwhelming or anything. It's still the underlying part of like the butter and the cream and the caramel.
Are you going to taste it? Or do you have more nose?
There is that like slight mocha waft of smoke in there. It's really good. Really, honestly,
it's a very robust nose. There's lots happening.
I'm going to say this right away because this is a rare thing for Trenny and C. I have never in my entire life given a nose a perfect 10, and this was my perfect 10.
Wow.
So that's why I want to say it because
Wow.
I want to say it just because there's so many times where we talk about the nose and then we give it a score that people are like, whoa, it's way bigger than a score, but it's just dense and rich and creamy and buttery and caramel.
It is good.
Salted toffee. Oh, I could nose this one.
Drink it
forever. Okay, let's get to it.
It's sugary sweet.
It is.
It's got a sweetness. Bang, right?
That
in your
arrival
face.
it's instantly sweet. That caramel is still there, but then the middle of your palate, that's when it kind of turns into that smoky, a little bit drying out.
Signature Laphroaig, tar, and ash.
Tar, ash. It's definitely, like you say, it's the signature flavor of Laphroaig. You can tell right away that it is what it is, but it has this just extra kind of denseness and creaminess, and it's beautiful.
Do you think
that
I
do.
Yeah, sometimes. Do you think that being that it's 12 years old, that could be the perfect maturation for a peated whiskey? I mean, based on what we're tasting here, Porter Cask is how many years old?
Maybe 6 years old.
Yeah, something like that. And then we've had the 10s and
the 10. And so I think what happens with peat in the cask as it ages and gets older and older and older, the peat diminishes a little bit. So this is kind of in that perfect stage.
They found a sweet spot.
Yeah.
It's a sweet spot.
The peat isn't as prevalent as like the quarter cask or even the 10-year-old, but it's still there enough to know that you're drinking a perfectly well-balanced Laphroaig. This one is perfectly well-balanced. Love it.
Are you ready for finish?
Sure. So this is, on the finish is where I get more of the caramel, or more of the smoke, because up front it's quite sweet and stuff, and I just find on the finish you are getting more of that classic Laphroaig peat. So that's where that well-balanced portion comes in.
I find that it lingers just long enough. Like the quarter cask is so heavy, it sticks around a really long time.
Yeah, you taste it in the morning.
To a certain point, I want to stop tasting it.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one has, again, it's hit the right notes there. It's got the right amount of... It's there. It's still there. It's gone.
Yeah. And one thing that's interesting about, I thought when you were talking there, is the fact that this one is 50% alcohol. And you don't need to add water to it. I feel like you would drown it out a little bit.
It's not overpowering.
It's not overpowering. It's perfectly well-balanced whiskey. If you ever find this...
Somehow.
People would say hoard it and save it away.
Drink it.
But
it's delicious.
Drink it. It's one of the best whiskeys I've had in a long time.
All right, viscosity.
Viscosity, this goes in line with the whole product. It's oily and well-balanced.
It's thick and oily, mouth coating, heavy.
I find the viscosity and the finish go hand in hand with, it's the first place that you taste some of that oak influence. Because for 12 years you should taste relatively heavy oak influence, but it's not super prevalent in the beginning of the taste. It's right at the end.
All right, let's score it out.
Okay,
we got to do this.
Okay, here it is. I gave it a 30.33, which is the highest score I've given any whiskey ever. You gave it a 29.91,
which this close to the highest ever.
That might be, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's close. It's close. Yeah. So all in all, it turned into a 30.12,
which is overall the highest score you've ever given to anything.
So this one is, it's our beginning of the new year.
Perfect way to start.
Really hard to top this one, but we will take that challenge.
Let's put it on the board.
All right. Okay, so we got a fresh board, fresh new year here. We got the Laphroaig 1994, 30.12. You can just do it probably, or do you want me to?
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
And we're just going to stick it right there up at the top because right now...
It's going to be hard to beat.
If this was last year, nothing would have gone above that. So we're happy with that.
Good way to start. Thank you for joining Trenny and C. We have a website, trennyandc.com, where you can buy shirts and different things. Subscribe. Check us out on Twitter.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a future video.
Cheers.
Trenny and C.